Welcome back to Mammy's house. I am so excited that you're back, and I'm so excited to be back. I have to say, there's not a day that goes by that I don't love, especially at my age. I love all seasons, every minute of every day. But I will say, this time of the year, this fall, this autumn, is one of my favorite times of year, and it's my most favorite time of year to cook. And today I'm so excited because it is fall break right now, and I've got two very important guests with me today, my most special boys in the world. And we have Jamie and Christopher, my two most handsome, smartest guys in the whole wide world. I've got 8 grandkids, and you are number 2. And you're number 5. And there's a whole lot to catch up with. They're gonna help me cook a really, really good meal today. And you know what? We're really hungry. So stay with us. We're gonna have a great time today. Today what I'm gonna do is cook something that we've had at Mammy's Kitchen for 12 years. We've been open for 12 years, and we started out with the first week on Thursdays with meatloaf. This recipe comes from someone who was very, very important in my life and one of the nicest women I'd ever met. And her name is Emma Jean Gray, which is better known as Mama Jean Gray. And it is actually would be Jamie's great grandmother. And this was her recipe. She was a fabulous, fabulous woman and a fabulous cook. So what we're gonna do right now is one of these guys' favorites and one of my all-time favorites, good old mashed potatoes. So I have peeled probably about 4 pounds of potatoes, and I'm just gonna finish cubing them off just like this, just so they can. And then I'm gonna cover them just to the top with some water, and we're gonna let them boil. So that's pretty good, about 1-inch cubes. All right, I'm gonna fill this pot with water and head over to the stove and put them on a high heat. Now, we're gonna start with my meatloaf. All right, I've got some fresh hamburger going here, and you do want to clean your hands because you're going to get really, really dirty in this. And you guys going to help me with our meatloaf?
Yeah, and I saw what it looked like.
This could be like brains for Halloween, right?
Yeah. It looks like brains.
It does. It sure does. And we're going to mix all of this stuff up in our meatloaf. So I'm going to take about half of this, and we'll save the other half for some meatballs or something. Okay. All right, Christopher, Jamie.
Egg?
I'm going to see how good of an egg cracker you are. That is good. Oh, that is really good, Jamie. All right, let's put the eggshells in the sink, and we'll get them out later. Good job, Christopher. All right, I'm going to need a bunch of them. And see that white eggshell right there?
Yep.
You can take that out. Okay, so while they're doing that, I need these guys with me at the restaurant. I'm going to put some diced green peppers in here.
That's so weird.
This is the only dish that we have served consistently at Mammy's Kitchen for 12 years.
Yep.
And just a few onions. I'm going to add some Deo biscuits. So you can, if you don't have Deo biscuits, I have them every day, and we save them all. None of them go to waste, and they never did at my grandmother's houses either. So we're just gonna crumble them up really, really good, and that's gonna help this meatloaf stick together. Y'all are doing a great job. And you always gotta start off with clean hands. Why, Jamie? Because eggs are a little dangerous, right? You need to have your poison if you get it in your raw egg in your mouth. But you're doing a really, really good job. So next I'm going to do I think was the secret is brown sugar. We'll put some brown sugar in this, sweeten this meatloaf up, and I'd say about a half a cup. And then I'm going to do some Worcestershire sauce. I hope I said that right. Worcestershire. I'll put some of that in there. And we're going to add about a tablespoon of mustard. Tablespoon of ketchup. It's a little bit sweeter. All right, so tomato sauce. I'm going to pour some of that tomato sauce in there. And I would say around 2 cups of tomato sauce. Just give it that moisture. So here I go. Did y'all wash your hands real good? Yeah. Good job. Here's your towel. And I'm going in. Do y'all want to put your hands in this?
Oh, really?
And you just want to squeeze it. You really, really have to work all of those seasonings in there. Jamie, I'm going to have you dry your hands off and put me some pepper in here. Yeah. Just grab your little pinch and put that in there because I forgot all about it. Right in here in my meatloaf. You got to turn it and twist it. Give me a little bit more. Good job. And then I'm going to have you to give me some salt.
Me?
Gotta get all of that mustard and Worcestershire and ketchup. You can give me some salt too, Chris. I like you to sit down at my tables in the restaurant and at home, and I really don't want you to use the salt and pepper shakers. I want my food to be perfect every time. So here we go. We're just scrunching. I know my mom, when she started out fixing this at the restaurant, she would always talk everybody else into doing this part for her. And I don't blame her. One of these days, these guys will be doing it. Now, Jamie, all right, I like these eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Throw them in here one at a time. Put it over here, and let's add the eggs. And that's what's going to help stick this meatloaf all together. That was fun. No, I don't need those. We've got plenty in here.
Oh, there's pepper in there.
And this is going to be so moist. Kind of a little crunchy on the outside when you bake it. Then you've got that sauce. It's going to go on top.
Right now.
Oh, this looks really, really good. Y'all did a great job. That is perfect. That is the consistency that you want to put in your pan. And I usually use a big square pan, patty it out in a big square so you can slice it. All right, here we go. All done. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to stick it in the oven, and then we're going to start on our topping, our wonderful tomato sauce topping. All right, since we have everything still out, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get our tomato sauce topping for our meatloaf. While our meatloaf's cooking, I don't add it until the very end. So we're going to use the rest of our tomato sauce, which is about 2 large cans. So I'm going to add the rest of my...
Cookers mess up sometimes.
Yeah, I mess up sometimes, don't I?
Yeah.
And then our Worcestershire sauce. Rest of our ketchup. And of course, you're at Mammy's house. A little bit more brown sugar.
Can I pour some in there?
Yep, put your pinch in there.
Pour some in it?
Just a pinch, not too sweet. And
Not
then
too
a little
big.
bit for you.
Not too big. It looks like sandwich. I know.
Oh, that's going to be so good. Okay, we're going to stir this, and I'm just going to let this simmer. It's got plenty time to cook. Okay, so we're just going to let this simmer on the stove while I've got the meatloaf in the oven. And one thing that I want to do, and you have to do this, is drain the meatloaf. There's a lot of grease from the hamburger. So we're going to drain it, stick it back in, and then it'll be ready. Okay, so we've got our meatloaf in the oven, and we've got our potatoes getting ready to boil. What I'm going to do, another thing that Mama Jean always fixed and my mom always fixed, was the Italian cut green beans. We have them every single day, and we go through tons of them. All right, we've got a good old stock pot and green beans. And I'm telling you, we could not go a day, not a day, without serving these. Here we go. I love green beans. Do you like green beans?
I like
You do? You're a good eater.
Me too.
So, all right.
I'm
So,
not a good eater.
again, salt and pepper. Put some salt and pepper in there, guys.
Hey.
Really want to serve. Put some, go ahead. Add some salt.
But sure.
And then
Oh.
the best thing about these green beans is that they're cooked in either a ham hock or some pieces of ham. Makes it really, really good. And I'm going to put that kind of closer to the bottom because I want that, when that pot really starts to heat up, it's going to kind of fry that ham for you at the same time. You're going to get all that good fat and all that good country ham flavor. And last but not least, again, some brown sugar. And we fix our beans like this every day, 4 to 5, 6, 7 times a day. So we're going to put these on the stove and we're going to boil the heck out of them. All right, let's go. All right, you know what time it is? It's pie time. Isn't that the favorite thing to do at Mammy's Kitchen? Is to make pies. Coconut cream. What's your favorite?
I like the pumpkin.
Ooh, you like the pumpkin? Yes, love pumpkin. What's your favorite?
Only kind I like is coconut.
Oh, then it's your lucky day, Jamie, because we're going to do a coconut cream pie. This is the most popular pie at our restaurant. We do coconut cream, chocolate, and then butterscotch, and sometimes lemon every day. How many 12 years times 365 days a year we have made pie? Sometimes one time, twice, 3 times a day. If you want pies, I can make you a pie. So this is my grandmother's recipe, and it is super, super easy. We're going to start off with, I've got a tablespoon, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and I do heaping. It's going to be in a 9-inch pie shell. If you add a little bit too much cornstarch, you can always add a little bit of milk, but you can't add cornstarch once it starts cooking or you'll have a very lumpy pie. So, all right, that should be good. Just a little extra because I always get so scared they're not going to turn out. And that's happened to me several times. Okay, so then we're going to get our milk out. What do I do with it? Oh. Okay, so I've got 2.5 cups of milk for this pie. So I'm going to pour that in here. Good. I'll let you put that in the sink for me, Jamie.
Yeah, crack the eggs.
Yes, you're going to let you crack some eggs.
Here's you in the house, Jamie.
So, that's all I'm going to put in here for right now. I'm going to set this on the stove, let it warm up. And I'm going to put it on low. I don't want it to get too hot because it will cook my eggs. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this first. And I'm going to put my egg whites in here. I just want 3 egg yolks that's going to go in our pie mixture.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and then what's the egg whites for? Can y'all tell me? What do I do with the egg
You
whites?
throw them away.
No. We blend them and we make them really, really fluffy to go on top. All right.
Jamie?
And you know, I add 3. I've got 3 there. I'm going to add 1 extra
How about us?
egg white for good measure because I want my meringue to really stand up high. So I kind of cheat a little bit. We're going to start stirring up our pie, and you do not want to walk away. So come on over and let's get this pie going. All right, so we've got it on the heat, and you cannot walk away from this pie. It will stick, and it heats up. When it does heat up, it seems like it takes forever, but when it does, it's done, and you need to be ready for it. So I'm going to put my sugar in, get it to dissolve. So we're just going to sit here and make sure all that cornstarch and milk and sugar is blended really well. And when it gets pretty warm, not hot, then we'll add our 3 egg yolks. This pie is good. This is how I do my banana cream. I just omit the coconut and I put Instead of the vanilla extract, I do a banana extract. So this is a good green cream base pie for any of your fall pies, anytime. Okay, it's getting warm, so here we go. There's 1, 2. We've got a lot cooking today. I've got all my burners going. So I've got a pre-baked pie shell in the oven, and you can use any kind of pie shell you would like. I just do the pre-baked. My coconut pie's thickening up. Oh, and it's perfect. It's a coconut cream pie. So you want this to be really good and creamy. Time to turn it off. So you want that turned off. So now is the time to add a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, pinch of salt. I put brown sugar in my meatloaf green beans, and then I put salt in my pies. How crazy is that? But it just works that way. All right, I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of butter. Get all that melted in there really, really good. I think it's the butter that makes this pie really good. Oh, that smell of that vanilla. I love making this pie. It's so pretty. You can make it any time of the year, spring, summer, winter, and fall. It's always, always good. Okay, I'm gonna put my whisk down and get a spatula out because I'm gonna add our coconut. And I'm gonna do about a cup and a half of coconut. It's a coconut cream pie, so you want it to be really good and creamy with a hint of that coconut with every bite. I'm gonna add a little bit more coconut.
Wait, that's coconut?
While here, you gotta multitask too. So my potatoes looks like they're getting ready to be done. Perfect timing. Green beans are boiling. Tomato sauce is perfect, and I guarantee you my meatloaf is ready right now. Oh, love it, love it, love it. All right, boys, look how pretty this is. All right, I'm gonna keep this, it's on off, and it's fine right now, but right now, while my pie shell is cooking, I'm gonna get our egg whites together. So let's go back over here and beat the heck out of these egg whites. So I've got everything cooking over there. Everything's been timed perfectly. So we are going to make our meringue. And you want to start off, you don't start off slow, you want to start off as fast as possible. And you got to beat. You want to do it for a minute? Do it really, really hard. There you go. Get those bubbles in there. You want all those bubbles in the air pockets. All right, Jamie, it's your turn. Keep going around as fast as you can. That is perfect. Got me into some new pie makers in Mammy's kitchen. There we go. Good job. Good job. It's puffy. All right. So that is good. It's really good and stiff. You got peaks going. That's really good, actually. Y'all have done a great job. So we're going to do about 1/4 cup of sugar.
I want to do some.
And we're going to mix it some more.
Can we have some?
No, no more sugar. No more. Or it'll flatten out on us. All right, you hold that, Jamie. And I'm going to go get our pie shell.
This is awesome. I can mix it around.
So let's pour this in. And it's really, really good. And since I add, that's okay. And since I add a little extra cornstarch, extra sugar, I actually have a little extra filling. Sometimes I think I do that on purpose.
I'm going to take
All in there today, though. Oh, that's so pretty. That's a really pretty pie. So I'm going to take
I like it.
a spoon. Oh, it's really, really creamy. Okay, now what we're going to do is take our egg whites and we need to cover the pie and the pie shell because it will leak out the best you can. I kind of overfilled it a little bit, but who cares? It's me and these guys going to eat it. We don't care.
Yeah, this is true.
It's going to be perfect. All right, so we're going to sprinkle some coconut. And we started doing this, started sprinkling. We'll sprinkle coconut on our coconut pies, chocolate chips on our chocolate chip pie, and so forth with the butterscotch. Because once we start icing them with our meringue, we forget what's underneath. I put chocolate chips lots of times on my coconut cream pie until somebody cuts in it and they're like confused. So that's why we do this. Plus it makes it really pretty. Yum, but a lot. I love eating coconut. Okay, we're gonna put this in the oven and let it brown, really a golden, pretty brown on top. And then we're gonna bring our meatloaf out. One goes in and one comes out. And I want you all to not touch this. It's really, really hot. This is our meatloaf. I'm gonna bring our sauce over. That's really good.
I can actually see that.
Not too sweet, but it's perfect.
Can we taste it later?
So we're gonna pour this over our meatloaf.
Wait, can we taste the meatloaf stuff?
And I do just a little bit, just to cook some of that, get some of that moisture in there.
Because sometimes when you put too much, you can get sick.
Could, if you ate too much of it. And then I'm gonna re-put it back in the oven just for 10-15 minutes to let this sauce cook into the meatloaf. And then we're almost done. Let's go mash our potatoes. All right, we're gonna see if these are done.
Oh, they look like they're done. A little bit.
Yep, they fall apart whenever I stick a knife in them, so that's telling me they're ready to be mashed. Okay, so we are ready for the potatoes, and they're really, really steamy hot. So what we're gonna do is add lots of butter. This is whole butter.
And we need some milk in there too.
We're gonna put not milk, but Mammy uses cream. And we're gonna go ahead and add all of that. Lots of salt.
We
You've
need some milk
got a
and stir it
starch going here, and we're just gonna start slowly. Mashed potatoes every day. And I could eat mashed potatoes every day, and I pretty much do. So I'm gonna go slow until I get all the potatoes kind of mashed up a little bit. Then we're gonna add our cream. Okay, so now, and be careful or you'll get splattered. And you know me, messy cook me, I usually do.
Wait, is that milk?
This is good old cream.
Oh, okay.
This is what we used when we were at my Mammy's house.
Well, cream would be
There, we're almost done. How thick and creamy these things are. This is my favorite thing in the whole world. And you know what? I can smell our coconut pie in the oven. Done with our potatoes. Now it's time to get our coconut pie out.
I'm gonna eat it up.
And I would take these mixers and we would just lick them. That was the best, most joyful experience ever growing up, is taking the mixers and licking all the potatoes off.
But can we do that?
There's your one for you.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one for you.
Oh, my
See if Mammy did a good job. I think it's ready. So pretty. Don't even want to touch it.
I do.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Scoot over, mashed potatoes. Coconut pies coming through.
It's okay, I
And
got
it's
you.
perfect. So I'm going to set this on a plate
They are
because
good.
some of that sugar will seep out from the meringue.
Wait, what's
And we are getting ready to bring everything out and have a wonderful meal. And then guess what we get to do? What are we going to do today?
Halloween shopping?
Halloween costumes. Okay, so we got our pie cooling off, setting up. And you know what? Iced tea. Sweet tea has to be with every meal. So I've got about a cup of sugar in here. I had some percolated, some good old tea right here to melt that sugar. You want it really, really hot. We serve a ton of sweet tea.
That's
Oh, that's
I don't like
way.
sweet
You
tea.
didn't even have to cook me sweet tea.
I know, isn't that perfect? All right, we're gonna add some cold water to it. Mammy get some sweet tea and you all can drink some water.
Tea.
Water. Yeah, Dad. Mom, water. So that's gonna be good. I'm gonna add some ice to that. So there we go. Got that ready. That is perfect. All right, so we've got a full meal here and woohoo, I am tired. This was a lot. We've got mashed potatoes. I think we're gonna eat this for lunch and dinner. Or it could be back in the old days when you said dinner and supper. And then we're gonna go Halloween costume shopping, but they might be ready for a nap. We hope so. So, oh my goodness, how do you like Mammy's food?
It's perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna try the meatloaf first. Let's try the meatloaf.
Haven't tried that yet.
Oh my gosh. 12 years,
Still got it, Mammy.
still got it. Thank you, Mama Jean. You're one of the nicest women I'd ever been around. And you taught me so much about kindness and cooking and just overall growing up. Thanks for helping me. God bless you in heaven. I sure do still miss you after all of these years. Okay, creamy mashed potatoes. Oh,
They're good.
these are the best ever mashed potatoes ever.
There's Mammy.
We're gonna eat that whole pot today.
Yum.
And Granny's green beans.
Granny's green beans were the best.
This is the best meal ever.
I'm gonna get out of the green beans.
We're gonna eat all day long.
Mammy
With this tea.
Mammy learned how to cook
Oh,
from.
feels like I'm back in the country.
Mammy
Yum.
learned how to cook.
Now, what about pie? Let's try some pie. All right.
Wait, I got something.
All right. It's time for coconut cream pie. Good. All right. Let's cut it and see what it looks like. You know who does this at the restaurant every day? I make them. And who cuts them? Who takes them out front? And
Daddy.
Your dad does. He's the best pie server ever, isn't he? Oh my goodness.
He even tells them Mammy's pies are the best.
He does.
Every time he leaves, he says, "How are pies?"
How are the pies? He's a good worker. Huh?
My mom says sometimes Stevie's bossy.
That your mama says that Stevie's bossy sometimes? I think Stevie's bossy too. You know?
Oh yeah, I do.
But he still cuts pies really, really good. Oh,
I don't like it.
that's my favorite part. That's the pretty part, but this is my favorite part. This and the crust.
This is making me.
Thank you all for coming today. I'm so excited, so excited. Thank you for being with me and my 2 wonderful grandchildren. Remember, I have 6 more to invite too. So we've got some great shows coming up. It's a wonderful time of year. I'm so excited to be back with you, and I'm very excited to invite you back into Mammy's kitchen. Thank you very much. See you later.